Good morning, one and all. Please tell me whether my screen is visible or not. Is it visible? We are continuing with the topic humidity measurement only. In that, in the previous section, we have seen the electrical hygrometer, that is resistive hygrometer. In that resistive hygrometer, that is, we can also call this as a hemister. Hemister, in that one film is maintained between the two electrodes and it is connected with Wheatstone bridge, and I will measure the humidity in terms of this output voltage. And next one is dry and wet bulb hygrometer. In this dry and wet bulb hygrometers are placed in some glass frame. It is attached with some wet wick, whereas it is open to the dry dry air, and the relative humidity is going to be measured by using this technique, and we can also call this as a psychrometric technique. Also, we can the other name for this one. We are going to measure the humidity by using this psychometric chart. And next one is hair hygrometer. Hair hygrometer. The hair hygrometer is based on the principle that the physical dimensions of certain materials like wood, animal hair, animal membranes, paper, etc. change when they absorb moisture from the atmosphere. Changes may take place when they absorb some moisture from the atmosphere. A hair hygrometer was first invented by D. Saussure in 1783. Uh, he used the animal hair for experiment, hence the hygrometer is known as hair hygrometer. He used the experiment animal. He used the animal hair in his experiment. Therefore, he has given the name as the hair hygrometer. In generally, this is used for ambient. It is used to measure the ambient humidity. Ambient means surrounding humidity. Ambient means ambient temperature means surrounding temperature. Like that, ambient humidity, surrounding humidity, we are going to measure here. It consists of animal hair as a humidity sensor, where hair are separated from one another and arranged in the form of strands parallelly. That hair is going to be arranged in the form of some parallel strands, and the strands of hair attached to the arm is pivoted at one end, while other end is connected to the link, which is connected to the pointer assembly pivoted properly. ఒక ఎండ్ ఏమో one end is at one end is pivoted at hair strands, and another end is pivoted to the it is connected to the link. Okay, and this is the arrangement for this hair hygrometer. These are the hair strands. These are attached to the arm. This is one end is attached to arm, and another end is attached to the pivot, and spring is connected here, and one spring is connected here, and for this arm, one link is provided. From link is provided. This is another pivot is maintained. From this pivot, a pointer is attached here. Pointer is attached, and we can get the reading upon this scale, that is from low to high scale. Depending upon the observation of this moisture content upon these heat strands, it is transmitted via this arm to the link and thereafter to the pivot. The changeover will take place, and the measurement of humidity is going to be observed upon this by using this scale. Okay. Hmm. The arm is maintained at certain tension using a spring. This arm, please mute your audio. This arm, this arm is maintained at certain tension using this spring. ఈ స్ప్రింగ్ యూజ్ చేసుకొని some tension is going to be created upon this arm. Okay. And when the hygrometer is placed in the atmosphere, this hygrometer is placed in the atmosphere at which the humidity is to be measured. The humidity sensor, that means these tanks, the humidity sensor observes the humidity from the surroundings. That is ambient, ambient అంటున్నాం కదా, ఆ ambient that is going to be observed from surroundings. Thus, the length of hair, length of hair increases, which moves pointer on the calibrated scale. That length of hair is going to be increases, which moves the pointer on the scale. This length of hair is going to be increases, that is transmitted to this arm, thereafter to the link, and the pointer is going to be moved here. The pointer directly indicates the relative humidity in the atmosphere. When the animal membrane is used as a humidity sensor, the arrangement is called membrane hygrometer also. ఇక్కడ మనం యానిమల్ మెంబ్రెయిన్ యూస్ చేసాం అనుకోండి, ఒకవేళ ఆ హెయిర్ ప్లేస్లో ఏదైనా యానిమల్ మెంబ్రెయిన్ యూస్ చేస్తే వీ కెన్ కాల్ దట్ అరేంజ్మెంట్ యాజ్ మెంబ్రెయిన్ హైగ్రోమీటర్ ఆల్సో. ఓకే. The advantage of this hygrometer is it is low cost, a small size, and very useful at room temperature. Disadvantage is periodic calibration is required. Low accuracy. Response time is large. It will take more amount of time. Useful for measurement of humidity in the range of 30% to 90% only. అంటే maximum humidity ఉన్న కండిషన్స్లోనే ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు వర్క్. అంటే లో హ్యూమిడ్ కండిషన్స్ని మనం మెజర్ చేయలేము అనమాట బై యూజింగ్ దిస్ ఎయిర్ హైగ్రోమీటర్ని. Useful in limited temperature range, that is about 5 to 35 degrees centigrade only. This is about advantage and disadvantage of air hygrometer. This is very easy one. Okay. Looks a complicated diagram, but it consists of only four parts, that is hair strands, spring, arm, link, and pointer. Okay. At this end, at the top end, one pivot is maintained. At the bottom end, another pivot is maintained. Like a ground anamata. Like a ground, it is going to be maintained. Pointer వచ్చిందంటే scale ఉంటుంది కదా, ఆ scale is just like U shape. U shape scale is maintained. Okay. Arc shapes, actually arc shape scale is maintained. Only five parts is there in this diagram. Don't worry. This is about construction and working of hair hygrometer. Next, we will move on to the dew point meter or dew point hygrometer. Next one is dew point meter or dew point hygrometer. It is just like optical type of sensor. Optical type of sensors ఇట్లా వర్క్ చేస్తాయి అనమాట. This is the light source and this is the light detector. సోర్సు ట్రాన్స్మిటర్ రిసీవర్ ఉంటుంది కదమ్మా ఆప్టికల్ కమ్యూనికేషన్స్లో, అట్లానే ఇక్కడ లైట్ సోర్సు లైట్ డిటెక్టర్ రెండు ఉన్నాయి చూడండి మీరు. అట్లాగా దిస్ ఈస్ జస్ట్ లైక్ దట్ వన్. From this point, here sample input is given from this point, and the sample output is given light source and light detector, microscopic upon this point, across this point. This is the mirror surface. This is the mirror surface, and electrical cooling coil is provided here, and temperature sensor. It acts as it is the temperature sensor. It is just like a thermocouple structure like that simply. It is one type of మీకు పైరోమీటర్స్ అన్నాను చూసారమ్మా, పైరోమీటర్స్ అన్నాం కదా, అట్లాగా కొంచెం ఏంటంటే వైర్లెస్ సెన్సార్ని మనం అక్కడ పైరోమీటర్స్ అనుకుంటాం అనమాట. ఇట్ ఈస్ జస్ట్ సిమిలర్ టు పైరోమీటర్, దిస్ డ్యూ పాయింట్ మీటర్ అనమాట. కొంచెం కొంచెం అట్లా ఉంటుంది అన్నమాట పైరోమీటర్. ఏమీ కాంటాక్ట్లెస్ సెన్సార్ లాగా అనమాట అది. This is also very easy and useful hygrometer. In this meter, what are the main parts? What are the main parts means microscope, light source, light detector, and one tube shape structure is maintained. From this tube shape structure, we are going to give some sample input, and from the other end sample output. In between, from this source, it is projected across this point. That means it is projected, that light is projected upon this temperature sensor, and from this sensor I am going to observe some, and I am going to observe some signal. That is so I am going to project the light detector here. That light detector will observe the whatever the signal across this temperature sensor. And for this, in order to maintain this temperature sensor in the appropriate temperature conditions, I am going to maintain some electrical cooling coil here. Okay, this is the mirror surface. Mirror surface in lasers, generally in lasers we are going to use the mirrors like that. Okay, like that, we are going to maintain one mirror surface. This is the construction of this dew point meter. Okay. We will go to the theoretical part. It is also called as a dew point hygrometer or simply meter. In the typical arrangement of a dew point meter, a temperature sensor is attached or bonded to the mirror surface here. ఒక టెంపరేచర్ సెన్సార్ తీసుకొని దాన్ని బాండ్ చేస్తాం అనమాట. ఎట్లాగా స్ట్రెయిన్ గేజెస్ తీసుకున్నాం కదమ్మా ఫస్ట్లో. స్ట్రెయిన్ గేజెస్ మనం ఏం చేసాం, స్ట్రెయిన్ గేజ్ అంటే ఒక వైర్ని తీసుకొని ఒక పర్టికులర్ స్ట్రక్చర్లో దాన్ని పర్మనెంట్గా బాండ్ చేస్తాం అనమాట. అట్లాగా ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తున్నాడు, బాండెడ్ దట్ మిర్రర్ సర్ఫేస్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి దట్ టెంపరేచర్ సెన్సార్ ఈజ్ బాండెడ్ హియర్ అపాన్ ది మిర్రర్ సర్ఫేస్. జనరలీ ఏ థర్మోకపుల్ ఈజ్ యూజ్డ్ యాజ్ టెంపరేచర్ సెన్సార్ హియర్. అంటే మనం అనుకున్నట్టే, ఇందాక అనుకున్నాం కదా, ఇట్ ఈస్ జస్ట్ లైక్ ఏ థర్మోకపుల్లా యాక్ట్ చేస్తుందని, ఇక్కడ థర్మోకపులే తీసుకున్నాడు అనమాట. Generally, a thermocouple is used as a temperature sensor. A mirror surface is electrically cooled. That mirror surface is going to be electrically cooled. A sample is introduced into the vessel with a mirror surface through the input port. A light source and light detector arrangement is used to detect the formation of dew on the mirror. మిర్రర్ మీద ఇక్కడ ఇక్కడ మనం డ్యూ ఫామ్ అయిందో లేదో చూడటానికి ఏం పెట్టాము, ఇక్కడ microscope is maintained here. Dew is forming across this point or not, it can be viewed by using this microscope. Here, a light source, light detector arrangement is used to detect the formation of dew on the mirror, and the temperature of the condensate is measured by the temperature sensor. టెంపరేచర్ ఏదైనా టెంపరేచర్ ఎంత లెవెల్లో ఉంది ఏంటి అనేది మనం అది ఆ లెవెల్స్ని మెజర్ చేయొచ్చు అనమాట. దట్ క్యాన్ బి మెజర్డ్ బై యూజింగ్ దట్ thermocouple. Okay, and thereafter generally photo cells is used as light detector here. Light detector ga we can use some photo cells here. We can use light detector. We know the light detector, different types of light detectors, that is photodiode, phototransistor we can maintain here. For light source, light detector, sorry, for light source we can use some led or lasers also, for the source purpose. Basically, a mirror surface is cooled till the dew formation on the mirror takes place. ఇప్పుడు టెంపరేచర్ హై టెంపరేచర్లో ఉందమ్మా, హై టెంపరేచర్ ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేస్తా, హై టెంపరేచర్లో ఉంది అక్కడ, ఆ మిర్రర్ సర్ఫేస్ హై టెంపరేచర్లో ఉంది. అట్లానే హై టెంపరేచర్లోనే మెయింటైన్ చేస్తే మనకు డ్యూ ఫామ్ అవుతుంది కదా. అందుకని దిస్ ఎలక్ట్రికల్ కూలింగ్ కాయిల్ ఈస్ మెయింటైన్, and there are, due to that cooling sake, some dew is going to be formed. That dew can be observed by using that microscope. Basically, mirror surface is cooled till the dew formation on the mirror takes place. In general, dew point is the temperature at which samples becomes the saturated with water. In general, those dew point is the temperature at which samples becomes saturated with ఆ శాంపిల్స్ ఏంటి, డ్యూ పాయింట్ అనేది, డ్యూ పాయింట్ ఈస్ ద టెంపరేచర్ అట్ విచ్ శాంపిల్స్ బికమ్స్ సాచురేటెడ్. ఆ శాంపిల్స్ అనేవి సాచురేషన్ పొజిషన్లోకి వస్తాయి విత్ వాటర్తో. అప్పుడే ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు అప్టైన్ దట్ dew point here. Okay, hence the temperature is related to the moisture level of the sample. ఆ టెంపరేచర్ని ఎట్లా రిలేట్ చేసుకుంటాం, మాయిశ్చర్ లెవెల్ ఆఫ్ ది శాంపిల్గా ఉన్నట్లు మనం రిలేట్ చేసుకుంటాం అనమాట ఈ టెంపరేచర్ని. ఓకే, యూజింగ్ మైక్రోస్కోప్ ద థిక్నెస్ అండ్ ద నేచర్ ఆఫ్ కాండెన్సేట్ కెన్ బి అబ్జర్వ్డ్ హియర్. ఆ మాయిశ్చర్ ఎంత థిక్నెస్లో ఉంది, అట్లా ఎట్లా కండెన్సేట్ అవుతుంది ఏంటి అనేది మనం అబ్జర్వ్ చేయొచ్చు అనమాట. అది. And advantage of dew point meter is results are very accurate, oftenly used as a reference standard. Thickness and nature of condensate in the sample can be properly studied. And disadvantages for this one is instrument must be cleaned properly. Instrument requires a periodic maintenance, expensive due to the accessories used in meter. Why it is expensive means there is maintaining this light source is somewhat expensive if it is laser. Maintaining this light detector is also photocells. Maintaining is also costly. Microscope is costly. Arranging this mirror surface is somewhat typical. Upon this mirror surface, by maintaining this thermocouple is also very, it is not at all easy task to make the arrangement of thermocouple upon this mirror surface. And electrical cooling, all these are very expensive in nature. So the one of the disadvantages, the proper arrangement of this structure or the system is very expensive. Okay, this is about dew point meter. This is also very important and very easy also. Okay, and next one is measurement of moisture. In this measurement of moisture, we are providing only theoretical part. Please, if you are interested, you can go with the I am providing only theoretical part. Later, if there is any operators in the simple format, we will tell that one. Okay. For time being, I am just giving the theoretical part of measurement of moisture. Okay. In many industrial applications, it is often necessary to measure the moisture content of solids, liquids, and gases, because in case of solid materials, the water content in them affects the physical property. That if there is any water content is present in any structure, then in any structure or in any layer, then the physical property is going to be changes here. ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఆప్టికల్ ఫైబర్లో మనకి మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ అప్పుడు హెచ్ హెచ్ మాలిక్యూల్స్ ఏమన్నా ఉన్నాయనుకుంటామా, దట్ ఆప్టికల్ ఫైబర్ ఈజ్ గోయింగ్ టు బి ఇన్ ది డెన్స్ ఫార్మ్. ద డెన్సిటీ ఆఫ్ దట్ ఆప్టికల్ ఫైబర్ ఈజ్ గోయింగ్ టు బి చేంజెస్, ఆర్ or the opaque nature, it will become the optical fiber is going to be opaque in nature, as well as the transparency of the optical fiber is going to be changes. మనకేంటి ఏదైనా లైట్ సిగ్నల్ ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఆ, దాన్ని దాన్ని ఫుల్ ప్లెజ్డ్గా అవుట్పుట్ సిగ్నల్ రావాలి అవుట్పుట్ సైడ్. అట్లా రాకుండా మనకు ఒపెక్గా ఉందనుకోండి స్ట్రక్చర్, అప్పుడు ఇన్సిడెంట్ ఇన్సిడెంట్ లైట్ అవుట్పుట్ సైడ్కి రాదు కదా, అట్లా ఆగిపోతుంది అనమాట మధ్యలో. ఒపెక్ షేప్లో ఉంటే ఆప్టికల్ ఫైబర్, దట్ ఈస్ ద మెయిన్ డిసడ్వాంటేజ్ ఆఫ్ this water content in the physical water content is going to be affected in the optical fiber. Okay, it going to change the physical properties. Also, it is required to limit the moisture content in materials which are uh, which are sold by weight. Here, measurement of water content is needed for physical purpose. The petrochemical industry needs moisture measurement in case of oils like diesel, petrol, etc. The food industry needs to measure the content in products like milk. The measurement of moisture in air is the most common measurement in gases. This is usually known as humidity level also. Next one. There are two types of moisture measurement techniques. First one is laboratory techniques and second one is industrial technique. First one is laboratory techniques, where moisture measurement is. The laboratory technique gives better measurement accuracy, but much longer time is required. This laboratory technique take accuracy rate is very high for this laboratory measurement technique, but it will take longer time longer time for the measurement as compared with the industrial technique. First one, water separation. In this technique, water is separated from a sample liquid. The water separation is done by Carl Fisher titration technique. Carl Fisher titration technique, or Dean and Stark distillation technique. This water separation technique, we can call this two names here: Carl Fisher titration technique or Dean and Stark distillation technique. Okay, and next one is gravimetric methods. gravimetric methods. These are used to measure the moisture content of solids accurately. In these methods, first moist sample is weighted, then it is dried, and then again it is weighted. First is first moist sample is weighted, then it is dried, and then again it is going to be weighted. అంటే టూ టైమ్స్ weigh చేస్తాం. In the middle we are going to dry. Normally, a sample is placed in open container, dried in oven, and then the container is closed with airtight top before it is removed from the oven. This is the process. Sample is going to be placed in the open container, dried in the oven, and then container is closed. Container closed చేస్తాం with airtight top before it is removed from the oven. This procedure should be adopted as some material rapidly absorb moisture when they are exposed in the atmosphere before weighed after drying. This technique is known as gravimetric method. First weighed, next dried, and then weighed. This is known as gravimetric method. Next one is phase change method. Because of moisture content, the boiling point and the freezing point of a material gets changed. Hence, by measuring the phase change temperature, the moisture content of a material can be obtained. This technique is useful for moisture measurement of many food products. Some of some of them are oil products and alcohol products. This technique this technique mainly depends upon the phase change here. Okay, this the application of this one is uh, measurement of the many food products and oil products and some alcoholic products also. And next one is equilibrium relative humidity measurement. Equilibrium relative humidity measurement. In this method, a humidity sensor is placed in closed vicinity of a sample in airtight container. In this method, a humidity sensor is I am going to place here in the closed కొంచెం ప్రాక్సిమిటీ సెన్సార్ లాగా కొంచెం క్లోజ్గా పెడతాను అనమాట ఆ హ్యూమిడిటీ సెన్సార్ ఫర్ ద శాంపిల్ ఇన్ ఎయిట్ టైట్ కంటైనర్. The pressure of water vapor near sample is directly related to the moisture content of a sample. It is going to give the how much moisture content is there in the sample, and that reading can be directly obtained from that sensor. These are the three types of techniques, laboratory techniques. First one is water separation. Second one is gravimetric method. Third one is phase change method, and fourth one is equilibrium relative humidity measurement. And next one is industrial technique for moisture measurement. These techniques are based upon the change of physical property of the material with moisture. First one, electrical methods. In these methods, a microwave energy at wavelength of 1 millimeter to 1 meter is beamed through a sample material. దాన్ని wavelength, this microwave energy at a wavelength of 1 millimeter to 1 meter is beamed. That signal is beamed through a sample material. The microwaves in above range are greatly absorbed by water than other materials here. So by measuring amount of absorption of microwave energy, that microwave energy absorbed by this the measuring amount of absorption of microwave energy, moisture content in sample material can be obtained here. Okay, this technique is most useful for measurement of moisture content of solids, liquid and gases also. ఒక మైక్రోవేవ్ ఎనర్జీని ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేస్తాం అనమాట. ఒక బీమ్ ఫామ్లో ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేస్తే ఆ ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేసిన ఎనర్జీని అబ్జార్బ్ చేసుకుంటుంది అనమాట. మైక్రోవేవ్ ఎనర్జీని అబ్జార్బ్ చేసుకుంటే దెన్ వీ కెన్ గెట్ ది what is the how much amount of moisture content is there in that solids, liquids or gases is possible. That is known as this is the first electrical method, that is microwave energy method. Simply we can for memorizing sake we can use that word microwave energy. And next one is neutron moderation. Neutron moderation. In this method, moisture content is measured using a radioactive source. We are going to moisture content is going to be measured using radioactive source and neutron counter. Neutron counter. The fast neutrons radiated by radioactive source are slowed down by hydrogen nuclei in water, forming a cloud here. The density of cloud is related to the moisture content. ఫాస్ట్‌గా మనం ఇక్కడ రేడియోయాక్టివ్ సోర్స్ బై యూజింగ్ ది రేడియోయాక్టివ్ సోర్స్ ఫాస్ట్ న్యూట్రాన్స్ ఆర్ ట్రాన్స్మిటెడ్. దోస్ న్యూట్రాన్స్ ఆర్ స్లో డౌన్ బై హైడ్రోజన్. వాటర్ కంటెంట్‌లో హైడ్రోజన్ ఉంటుంది కదమ్మా! ఆ హైడ్రోజన్ న్యూక్లీ ఇన్ వాటర్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి స్లో డౌన్ బై దోస్ ఫాస్ట్ న్యూట్రాన్స్. లెట్ మీ దీస్ these radioactive source is transmitting this neutrons. These neutrons are these neutrons are slowed down by this nuclei. Nitrogen nuclei is going to be slowed down this fast neutrons, and it is going to form some cloud here. The density of cloud is related to the moisture content. The density of cloud is going to be related to the whatever the moisture is present in that material we can observe there. Okay. This method takes a longer time for measurement because few minutes are required by the output density reading to reach steady state value. Using above method, specific humidities up to 15% can be measured here. Okay. This method, the main key point is radioactive source. Radioactive source is the key point, and moisture and density of cloud. Second point is density of cloud. Okay, in between points we can easily memorize. This is about two techniques are there. Two techniques are there in the electrical methods. That is microwave energy method, and next one is radioactive source. Radioactive source, that is neutron moderation. Neutron moderation. Second one neutron moderation. First one is radio microwave energy method. Okay. In this way, we can measure the moisture using the laboratory laboratory techniques as well as ఇండస్ట్రియల్ టెక్నిక్స్. మీరు ఇది థియరిటికల్గా చెప్పినా సరిపోయిందమ్మా. అంతగా మీకు డయాగ్రామ్స్ కావాలి అంటే యూ కెన్ గూగుల్ ఇట్. యూ కెన్ అప్టైన్ సమ్ డయాగ్రామ్స్. యూ కెన్ ప్లాట్ దోస్ డయాగ్రామ్స్. Next one is speed measurement. Speed measurement. The measurement of speed can be done with the help of tachometer. This you know this tachometers in the electrical missions. Okay, just just for uh, just for giving the information, I am telling this one again. Just tacho generators are of two types. First one is electrical type tacho generators, and the second one is mechanical type tacho generators. This DC tachometer generators are DC tacho generators. Second one is AC tachometer generators or AC tacho generators. Simply we can call this as a DC tacho generators, AC tacho generators. And third one is eddy current tachometer. Eddy current tachometer or drag up tachometers are same, just similar. The arrangement of this apparatus is just similar. You can write it as eddy current or a drag up rotor AC tachometer generator also. First one, DC tachometer. DC tachometer. The measurement, the in this we are going to measure the speed. We are going to measure this speed here. For that one, this is the apparatus. Armature. For this armature, this is the commutator, and this is this armature, and this armature is placed in between the permanent magnet. It is placed here. These are the two poles, that is north pole and south pole, and this commutator is given to some other electrical circuit, and across here current limiting resistor is maintained, that is RS, and this is the moving coil voltmeter. This is the arrangement for DC tachometer generator. Okay, we will see the what is the actual theoretical part. The armature of DC tachometer is kept in the permanent magnetic field. This armature is placed in the permanent magnetic field. The armature of the tachometer is coupled to the machine whose speed is to be measured. This is going to be coupled to the machine whose speed is going to be measured. When the shaft of the machine revolves, when the shaft of the machine revolves, the armature of the tachometer generator revolves in the magnetic field, produces EMF, which is proportional to the product of the flux and speed to be measured. Now, as the field of permanent magnet is fixed, this field is fixed. The EMF generator is proportional to the speed velocity. Whatever the output we are obtaining here, that EMF generator is proportional to the speed here. The EMF, the EMF generator is proportional to the speed here. Okay. Now the field of permanent magnet is fixed. The EMF generator is proportional to the speed directly. The EMF induced is measured using moving coil voltmeter. The EMF induced is measured using moving coil voltmeter with uniform scale calibrated speed directly. ఇక్కడ మనం ప్లేస్ చేసిన ఈ మూవింగ్ కాయిల్ వోల్ట్మీటర్ ఈఎంఎఫ్ ఎంత వస్తుంది, ఎంత ఈఎంఎఫ్ జనరేట్ చేస్తుంది అనేది మెజర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు అనమాట. దిస్ ఈఎంఎఫ్ ఈజ్ డైరెక్ట్లీ ప్రపోర్షనల్ టు ద స్పీడ్ ఆఫ్ ది coil. Okay. This DC tachometer generator, the series resistance is used to limit the current here. This resistor is used to limit the current under output short circuit condition. Output short circuit condition ఏమన్నా వచ్చినప్పుడు అది కరెంట్ లిమిట్ చేస్తుంది అనమాట ఆ రెసిస్టర్. ద పొలారిటీ ఆఫ్ ది అవుట్పుట్ వోల్టేజ్ ఇండికేట్స్ ది డైరెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ రొటేషన్. మనకు వచ్చిన అవుట్పుట్ వోల్టేజ్ పొలారిటీ అనేది మనం ఆ రోటర్ యొక్క రొటేషన్ ఆర్మేచర్ రొటేషన్ బట్టి దట్ పొలారిటీ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి చేంజ్డ్. The commutator collects current from armature conductors and converts internally induced AC EMF into DC EMF here. The commutator collects the current from the armature. This commutator is going to collect the current from the armature. From this armature it is going to collect the current from the armature converts, and that is going to be converted internally induced AC EMF into DC EMF here. while while the brushes are used to collect the current from the commutator and make it available to external circuitry of the DC tachometer or DC tacho generator. This is the simple working of DC tachometer. And advantages of this one is the output voltage is small enough to measure it with conventional DC voltmeter. The polarity of output voltage is directly indicates the direction of the rotation. Disadvantages: periodic maintenance is required, and another disadvantage is non-linearity in the output of DC tacho generator occurs because of the distortions in the permanent magnetic field. Permanent magnetic field of distortions వస్తే we are going to obtain some non-linearity in the scale. Distortions in the permanent magnetic field due to the large armature current also. Okay. This is about advantage and disadvantage. This is advantage is output voltage is small, and conventional DC voltmeters are also enough for the measurement. Polarity of output voltage is directly indicating the direction of rotation. Disadvantages is periodic maintenance, non-linearity. Okay. And AC tachometer generator. Just a minute. Next one is AC tachometer generator. Here, this is the permanent magnet. Permanent magnet is placed here, and this is the rotation, and it is this permanent magnetic other end is provided to the rectifier, thereafter to the filter, and thereafter to the moving coil voltmeter. Okay, this is the arrangement for AC tachometer generator. Here the coil is wound on stator itself. The coil is going to be wound on this stator itself. In this tacho generator, the magnetic field is rotating here. The magnetic field is going to be rotated here. Due to the rotation of magnet, an EMF is induced in the stator coil, which has amplitude as well as frequency directly proportional to the speed of rotation. Thus, the speed of rotation can be calibrated in terms of either amplitude or frequency of the induced voltage. From the figure, the amplitude of the induced voltage is used to measure speed here. From the figure, the amplitude the amplitude of the induced voltage is used to measure the speed here. A rectifier and filter are used to get the constant DC voltage, which can be measured with the help of moving coil voltmeter. This is the simple arrangement. We can easily obtain what is happening at the inside the inside that permanent magnet moving coil, as well as what is the output. That output is in the that output is given to the rectifier. That what is the rectifier basic operation, which converts the AC to DC signal. Thereafter it is given to the filter, and thereafter it is given to the moving coil voltmeter, like that. The advantage of this AC tachometer generator is the output can be calibrated in terms of two parameters, namely amplitude and frequency. Main two components is amplitude and frequency. And commutator and brush contact resistance problems are going to be eliminated here. Brush contact previous దానిలో DC జనరేటర్లో మనం కామ్యుటేటర్ని బ్రషెస్ని యూస్ చేసాం. ఇక్కడ దీనికి యూస్ చేయాల్సిన పని లేదనమాట. Disadvantages: for every low speed rotation, the frequency of the induced voltage is also very low. Thus, the ripple in the output increases here. At a high at high speeds, the frequency of the induced voltage is also very high. Thus, the coil impedances increases here. This affects the linearity of the output. Here, the advantages are: it is having the output in terms of amplitude and frequency. Commutator and the brush contacts are not at all necessary here. And disadvantage of this one is very low speed rotation, and at high speeds it is going to the linearity is going to be affected here. This is about DC tachometers and AC tachometers. Okay. In the next class, we will see this eddy current and the drag up type tachometers. Okay.